Beyond the fragile boundary where human ambition defies the laws of nature, there exists a world of architectural wonders and hidden shadows. From the crushing depths where sunlight dies to colossal spans that pierce the heavens, these engineering masterpieces hold secrets that remain largely untold. This is a journey to the very edge of possibility, where the line between triumph and the abyss is as thin as a steel cable. Before we reveal these monumental feats, subscribe now and join our community of explorers. Please comment below and let us know which country you are watching from. Why build a bridge of such impossible scale to a place where the Siberian ice never speaks? The Russky Bridge in Vladivostok stands as a testament to Russian audacity, boasting the world's longest cable-stayed span at 1,104 meters. Completed for the 2012 APEC Summit, it was designed to withstand temperatures as low as -40 degrees Celsius and hurricane-force winds. The towers rise 320 meters into the freezing fog, supporting a deck that connects the mainland to the isolated Russky Island across the eastern Bosphorus Strait. The bridge appears as a pair of silver needles piercing the gray, frozen sky. Its long white cables looking like the strings of a cosmic harp. In the dead of winter, the structure is a ghostly silhouette, barely visible against the whiteout conditions of the Russian Far East. There is a profound, lonely stillness at its center, where the air feels thin, and the spirit of the Siberian wilderness whispers through the cables. The pale LED glow at night creates a celestial halo that feels cold and untouchable. Is this a bridge to a new era, or just a magnificent monument to the cold silence of the North? Why does the silence beneath the muddy currents of the Scheldt feel like a heavy, liquid embrace? The Western Scheldt Tunnel is a 6.6-kilometer underwater passage that connects Zeeland to the rest of the Netherlands, plunging 60 meters below the sea. Carved through layers of sand and clay, it consists of twin tubes that act as a silent artery for the flow of human life. The interior is a rhythmic sequence of concrete ribs, glowing with a soft, ethereal light that reflects off the moisture-slicked walls. There is a feeling of having gone through a subterranean cathedral, where the boundary between land and sea is blurred. Locals speak of the tunnel as a place of profound stillness, where the weight of the water above washes away the noise of the world. As you drive through the deep, you feel a sense of absolute peace. Is this a passage to a new land, or a sanctuary in the abyss? In the scorched heart of the Mojave, a third straw has been plunged into the earth to drink the last remains of a dying lake. Intake number 3 at Lake Mead is a 3-mile-long tunnel carved 180 meters beneath the reservoir floor, engineered to ensure water flow even as levels drop to record lows. It was a Herculean task of drilling through treacherous volcanic rock under intense hydrostatic pressure. The tunnel appears as a thirsty silver needle piercing the bedrock, a clinical lifeline for a desert civilization. There is a hallowed duty here, a feeling that the stone is holding its breath to guard the very essence of life. As the water rushes through the intake, the roar sounds like a chant of survival vibrating through the parched land. Does the earth feel a sense of relief? Or is it a heavy burden we have forced the desert to carry? How can steel and concrete hold the weight of two continents while the very earth beneath them prepares to shake? The third Bosphorus Bridge is a hybrid cable-stayed suspension marvel, boasting the world's tallest towers at 322 meters. It carries 8 lanes of traffic and 2 rail lines, linking Europe and Asia with a span of 1,408 meters. Built to bypass Istanbul's chaos, it is a fortress of engineering designed to withstand massive seismic shifts and hurricane-force winds. The bridge looks like a white crown resting on the sapphire throat of the strait, its cables fanning out like the wings of a celestial bird. The white light reflecting off the water creates a halo around the towers, making them appear holy and untouchable. There is a heavy tectonic vibration here, a feeling that the bridge is a leash holding back a collision of worlds. People ask, is this bridge a path to glory, or a fragile thread over a rift that is about to open? Where the old city meets the surging industrial tide of the Goethals River, a new gateway of steel and light has risen to redefine Gothenburg's skyline. Hisingsbron, or the Hisingsbron Bridge, is a majestic vertical lift bridge that replaced the aging Goethals Bridge in 2021. Designed with a striking arpeggio aesthetic, the bridge features 4 towering white pylons that house the machinery to lift the central span for passing ships. This project was a cornerstone of the city's urban development, designed not just for cars, but as a vibrant link for trams, cyclists, and pedestrians, connecting the historic center with the growing northern districts. Visually, the bridge resembles a grand white harp resting on the water, its vertical cables and sleek towers mimicking the strings of a musical instrument. As the evening mist settles over the river, the bridge is bathed in a soft blue and violet light, creating a silhouette that feels more like a dream than a piece of infrastructure. There is a rhythmic pulse to the sight, the sound of the lift mechanism working with mechanical grace like the heartbeat of the city. Locals feel a sense of renewal when they cross, as if the bridge is a physical manifestation of a city moving forward. But as the central span rises into the darkness, one cannot help but wonder, what secrets does the river keep beneath the shadow of this new giant? And are we truly ready for what lies on the other side? High above the central plateau of Brazil, a concrete blossom reaches for the heavens, standing as the final masterpiece of a legendary architect. The digital TV tower of Brasilia, affectionately known as the Flor do Cerrado, flower of the Cerrado, was the last project designed by Oscar Niemeyer before his passing. Completed in 2012, this 182-meter-tall structure was built to centralize the digital signal for the capital. The construction involved a massive central cylinder of reinforced concrete, flanked by two glass-walled observation pods that seemed to defy gravity. One pod serves as a cultural space, while the other offers a panoramic view of the meticulously planned city below, standing at the highest geographic point in the Federal District. Visually, the tower resembles a futuristic white lily rising from the red earth of the Brazilian highlands, its sleek, curved petals housing the technology of the modern age. When the sun dips below the horizon, the white concrete catches the golden-orange glow of the Cerrado sky, making the structure appear like a holy relic from a civilization yet to come. There is a profound sense of stillness here, as if the tower is a silent antenna tuned to the frequency of the universe. Locals believe the spirit of Niemeyer still lingers in the curves of the concrete, whispering the secrets of symmetry to the wind. Is this tower merely a transmitter of signals? Or is it a lighthouse for the human soul in the vastness of the Brazilian interior? Standing as a modern tribute to the warrior spirit of the Pacific, the new Aloha Stadium project aims to resurrect a legendary landmark from the rust of the past. The original stadium, a 1975 engineering marvel with movable grandstands, eventually succumbed to the salt-heavy air of Honolulu. The replacement, part of the new Aloha Stadium Entertainment District, Neeset, is designed as a multi-purpose 25,000-seat arena with an estimated budget of over $400 million. Utilizing corrosion-resistant materials and open-air architecture, it is engineered to harmonize with the tropical climate while providing a high-density hub for sports and culture. Visually, the new stadium resembles a sleek, metallic volcanic crater emerging from the lush green plains of Oahu, its curves echoing the rolling waves of the nearby North Shore. There is a deep, ancestral pride rooted in this soil, a sense of mana that the new structure seeks to honor. Local elders speak of the land's memory, where every stone holds a story of the islands. As the sun sets over Pearl Harbor, the stadium's facade catches a golden, ethereal glow that feels like a divine blessing. Can a new structure truly inherit the soul of the old, or is it merely a beautiful mask over a hallowed ground that demands respect? Why build a dragon of such immense length across emerald tides that hide the secrets of the deep? The Sultan Abdul Halim Muazzam Shah Bridge is the longest in Southeast Asia, stretching 24 kilometers across the Penang Strait. Completed in 2014, it features high-tech seismic isolators designed to protect it from the Earth's hidden tremors. The construction was a Herculean task, requiring the placement of thousands of concrete piles into the soft, shifting mud of the seabed to support the 4.5 billion ringgit structure. It is a lifeline of commerce, but it feels like something much more ancient. The bridge looks like a winding white dragon resting on the water, its spine curving toward the horizon until it vanishes into the sea mist. At night, the green and blue lights reflecting off the waves create a ghostly, underwater glow that attracts the legends of the sea. There is a spiritual coldness in the middle of the span, where the wind carries the salt-crusted whispers of old Malay mariners. They say if you stop your car in the center, you can hear the pillars groaning under the weight of the water spirits. What is calling from the tides beneath the asphalt? The sea does not like to be crossed, and it always remembers what lies beneath. Why sleep in a palace where the ocean's weight is your only ceiling? Located 40 feet beneath the crystal waters of a Fiji lagoon, the Poseidon Undersea Resort is a dream of transparent luxury. Each room is a pressurized acrylic bubble, offering 270-degree views of the vibrant coral reef and its silent inhabitants. The structure looks like a futuristic glass octopus resting on the seabed, its lights attracting the curious and the predatory alike. There is a spiritual, uneasy beauty here. The silence of the deep is absolute, broken only by the sound of your own breath. Guests often report a feeling of being judged by the ancient sea gods watching from the reef. The flickering blue light from the water creates a ghostly halo in every room. Why do we seek comfort in the jaw of the abyss? The glass is strong, but the ocean is eternal and very, very heavy. In the land where the mountains meet the sea in a violent embrace, a silver ribbon of hope is being woven through the fjords. The E39 Coastal Highway is a multi-billion-dollar project featuring floating bridges and the world's first submerged floating tunnels to replace 7 ferry crossings. Stretching Yunhao 100 kilometers, it is a poetic victory over the jagged landscape of Norway. The structures look like silver ribbons of light draped over the deep emerald water, appearing almost weightless against the massive cliffs. There is a spiritual purity here. The air feels washed by the salt and the divine silence of the north. Locals believe the bridges are a sacred tribute to the ancient sea spirits, harmonizing the wild coast with human grace. As you glide over the water, the horizon opens like a prayer. Does the road lead to progress or to a state of absolute holy stillness? Why did engineers dig so deep into the Australian crust that the ancient air itself feels heavy with the weight of the city above? The North Connex is a twin motorway tunnel in Sydney, plunging up to 90 meters underground to bypass the notorious congestion of Pennant Hills Road. Opened in 2020, this 9-kilometer marvel is one of the deepest road tunnels in the Southern Hemisphere. Carved through Hawkesbury sandstone and Ashfield shale, the project required the removal of millions of tons of spoil to create a passage that saves commuters 20 minutes of surface-level chaos. The tunnel appears as a neon-lit artery, a glowing violet and blue vein pulsing through the dark, cold bedrock of the continent. The rhythmic flicker of the overhead lights creates a hypnotic trance, making the concrete walls feel as though they are closing in. Deep within the North Connex, drivers often report a strange sense of spatial disorientation, as if the tunnel is stretching longer than the map allows. In the sections where the light turns blood red to keep drivers alert, people have claimed to see shadows that move faster than the cars. The hum of the ventilation fans masks a deeper, tectonic vibration that some say is the Earth groaning under the intrusion. If the lights were to fail, would you ever find the exit, or would the mountain claim you as part of its silent, stone history? Rising like a golden crown over the Kelani River, this structure marks the dawn of a new era for the Pearl of the Indian Ocean. The new Kelani Bridge, also known as the Golden Gate of Sri Lanka, is the country's first extradosed bridge, completed in 2021. Featuring a sophisticated stay cable design, it spans 380 meters and was built to ease the heavy traffic flow into the capital city of Colombo. The bridge's unique lighting system and aesthetic pylons were designed to reflect the cultural heritage of the island while utilizing cutting-edge Japanese technology to ensure structural longevity against the tropical humidity. Visually, the bridge looks like a futuristic harp made of gold and silver, its cables fanning out like the feathers of a peacock. At night, the bridge is bathed in a warm, amber glow that reflects off the dark river, creating a path of light that seems to lead into a dream. There is a deep sense of dignity in its curves, a feeling that the nation has built a path to its own future. A bridge is a hand reached out in friendship, the workers say, celebrating the unity the project represents. As you cross the span, the air feels lighter, charged with the energy of a city in motion. Can a bridge truly carry the hopes of a whole nation, or is it just a beautiful shadow over the ancient river? Rising from the golden wheat fields of the Danube Plain, this scarlet-tipped giant marks a historic victory over the river's ancient divide. The Braila Bridge is the third largest suspension bridge in Europe and the most significant infrastructure project in Romania in the last 3 decades. Completed in 2023, It spans 1,174 meters over the Danube, providing a vital link between the historic region of Moldova and the seaside of Dobruja. The construction required over 52,000 tons of steel and 297,000 tons of concrete, with towers reaching 192 meters into the sky. Its suspension cables, made of thousands of high-strength steel wires, were woven with surgical precision to support the massive deck. The bridge looks like a golden gate of the East, its vibrant red and silver structure cutting a sharp line across the winding, muddy curves of the Danube. In the early morning, when the river mist is thick, the towers appear like the masts of a submerged cathedral rising from the depths. There is a feeling of sacred triumph in its presence, a sense that the river has finally been tamed after centuries of resistance. The local people view the bridge as a symbol of hope, a physical prayer for prosperity. As you stand on its span, the wind from the Black Sea carries the scent of salt and ancient myths. Is this bridge the final victory of man over the river? Or is the Danube just waiting for the right moment to reclaim its path? Can a tunnel truly defy the gods of the Andes by forcing a river to flow through the heart of a mountain? The Olmos Tunnel is one of the most dangerous engineering projects ever attempted, piercing through 20 kilometers of the Andes Range. It was built to divert water from the Huancabamba River to the desert plains, but engineers faced over 16,000 rock bursts as the mountain tried to crush the excavation. The pressure inside was so high that the rock would shatter like glass. The tunnel appears as a silver-gray arrow shot through the rugged brown flesh of the mountains. Inside, the roar of the diverted water sounds like a trapped beast screaming for freedom. There is a feeling of being a trespasser in a sacred stony tomb. Workers speak of the mountain's grudge, claiming the rocks only stop exploding when they sense a human sacrifice. Are we masters of the landscape? Or are we just stealing water from a giant that is about to wake up? Spanning the Arthur Kill to connect Staten Island and Elizabeth, this twin-span giant serves as a vital bridge for the commerce of a nation. The original Goethals Bridge, built in 1928, was an aging steel truss that could no longer handle modern traffic. Its replacement, completed in 2018, is a state-of-the-art cable-stayed structure featuring 12 massive pylons that rise 272 feet above the water. Engineered for resilience, the bridge includes SmartLink technology and a design that allows for future mass transit integration. This $1.5 billion project ensures a high-speed link for the millions of tons of cargo moving through the port of New York and New Jersey. Visually, the bridge resembles a pair of silver guardians standing at the gates of the harbor, their white cables fanning out like the wings of a predatory bird over the industrial landscape. At night, the bridge is bathed in a cold blue light that reflects off the dark, churning water, creating a scene of mechanical majesty. There is a stoic, industrial pride in its silhouette, representing the unyielding flow of trade and travel. The bridge is a hand that never lets go, local truckers say, acknowledging its essential duty. Does this steel link truly unify the two shores? Or does it merely highlight the constant, frantic movement of a world that never sleeps? The ground beneath your feet is disappearing, and the city is falling into the abyss. Move now or be swallowed. The Kiruna Mine is the world's largest and most modern underground iron ore mine, plunging 1,365 meters into the Arctic Earth. It is so vast that the resulting ground deformation is literally eating the city of Kiruna above. In one of the most audacious engineering projects in history, the entire town, including historic buildings and thousands of residents, is being moved 3 kilometers to the east. The mine operates with autonomous trains and remote-controlled machinery, extracting millions of tons of ore in a high-tech subterranean world. The mine looks like a geometric wound in the Arctic landscape, a series of dark, yawning caverns that mirror the snowy silence of the surface. Deep below, the massive machinery glows with an orange light, carving out the very foundation of the world. There is a sacred, heavy sorrow in the sinking town, a feeling that the earth is demanding a sacrifice for the iron we take. People speak of the earth's hunger, a low vibration that signals the next collapse. Does the wealth of the mine justify the death of the city? Or are we just digging a hole that no amount of gold can ever fill? Do not let the shimmering lights across the Hudson River fool you. This river has a long memory of the old steel it buried beneath the waves. The Tappan Zee Bridge, officially the Governor Mario M. Cuomo Bridge, is a state-of-the-art twin-span cable-stayed structure that replaced its aging predecessor in 2017. Stretching 3.1 miles across one of the widest points of the river, this $4 billion masterpiece features 8 419-foot towers that lean outward at a 5-degree angle. Engineers used the left coast lifter, one of the world's largest floating cranes, to assemble the massive blue steel girders and concrete decks. It was designed to last 100 years without major maintenance, utilizing a sophisticated structural health monitoring system that acts as a digital nervous system for the span. Visually, the bridge resembles a colossal white harp draped across the dark water, its cables fanning out like the strings of a celestial instrument. As the fog rolls down from the Hudson Highlands, the bridge takes on a ghostly aura, appearing to float above the surface. There is a lingering tension at the site. Locals whisper about the spirit of the old Tappan Zee, wondering if the restless ghosts of the demolished bridge still haunt the new pilings. The cold, blue LED glow, reflecting off the river at night, creates a haunting atmosphere that asks, can new steel ever truly replace the history of the old? Deep beneath the crushing weight of the Boknafjord, Norwegian engineers are carving a path through the very roots of the earth. The Rogfast Tunnel is set to become the world's longest and deepest undersea road tunnel, a breathtaking component of the E39 Coastal Highway project. Plunging to a staggering depth of 392 meters below sea level and stretching for 27 kilometers, it is a masterpiece of subterranean engineering. The project utilizes twin-tube tunnels to ensure safety and airflow, requiring the excavation of millions of cubic meters of hard Norwegian granite. It is designed to withstand the immense hydrostatic pressure of the North Sea above, creating a permanent link that bypasses hours of ferry travel. The tunnel appears as a dark, neon-lit cavern, a silver-gray throat leading into the silent belly of the planet. Inside, the walls are rugged and damp, reflecting the cold blue lights that line the ceiling like artificial stars. There is an overwhelming sense of the sea's weight down here, a psychological pressure that makes the air feel thick with the presence of the water pressing from above. It feels like a hallowed passage through the underworld, where the only sound is the low, thrumming hum of the ventilation fans. Many wonder if the ancient mountain spirits resent this intrusion into their stony slumber. As you drive deeper into the abyss, you have to ask, have we conquered the ocean? Or have we simply built ourselves a beautiful tomb beneath its waves? Beware the silver shield being forged on the shores of Bulacan. It is built to hold back the tide, but the ocean has a long memory. The New Manila International Airport, also known as Bulacan International Airport, is a massive $15 billion project designed to handle 100 million passengers annually. Featuring 4 parallel runways and a sprawling aerocity, it is being constructed on reclaimed land in Manila Bay. To protect the site from the region's notorious floods and rising sea levels, engineers are using world-class Dutch dredging and land development technologies to create a resilient, high-elevation platform above the mudflats. Visually, the airport looks like a giant silver shield resting on the water, its metallic surfaces gleaming like a sword in the sun. From the air, the runways appear as long, sterile scars on the face of the bay, a sharp intrusion into the natural rhythm of the tides. There is an uneasy tension here, a feeling that we are building a fortress in a place where the water always wants to return. Workers speak of strange lights in the mangroves and the feeling of being watched by the sea itself as they pour the concrete. the sterile white light of the new terminals feels like a sanctuary, but a cold one. Are we building a gate to the world? Or are we just constructing a beautiful island that the sea will one day claim for its own? Why did we build a path so long across the sea that the shadows of its pillars provide a hiding place for the ancient creatures of the deep? The Sultan Abdul Halim Muazzam Shah Bridge. Commonly known as the Penang Second Bridge, is the longest in Southeast Asia, stretching 24 kilometers. Completed in 2014, it was designed with a lifespan of 120 years, incorporating high-tech seismic isolators, the first of their kind in the region, to protect against earthquakes. The construction was a Herculean task, involving the placement of thousands of concrete piles into the soft, shifting mud of the Penang Strait to support the 4.5 billion ringgit structure. The bridge looks like a winding white dragon resting on the emerald waters, its spine curving gracefully toward the horizon until it vanishes into the sea mist. At night, the green and blue lights reflecting off the waves create a ghostly, underwater glow that attracts the legends of the sea. There is a spiritual coldness in the middle of the span, where the wind carries the salt-crusted whispers of old Malay mariners. They say, if you stop your car in the center, you can hear the pillars groaning under the weight of the water spirits. What is calling from the tides beneath the asphalt? The sea does not like to be crossed, and it always remembers what lies beneath. Enter the vacuum tube and pray the pressure holds, for in the total silence of the void, there is no sound to hear you scream. Hyperloop 1 represents the ultimate frontier of transportation, aiming to move passengers and cargo at speeds of up to 1,200 km/h inside low-pressure tubes. Using proprietary magnetic levitation and electric propulsion, the pods glide in a near vacuum, virtually eliminating air resistance and friction. The engineering required to maintain a vacuum across hundreds of kilometers of tubing is staggering, involving massive pump systems and thermal expansion joints that allow the metallic snake to breathe as it crosses the desert. The structure looks like a silver metallic spine stretching toward the horizon, a cold and clinical intrusion into the natural landscape. Inside the test tracks, the blue LED glow and the low magnetic hum create a sense of being transported not just through space, but through time itself. There is a spiritual dread in the speed, a feeling that the human body was never meant to move faster than the wind. People speak of the blur, a psychological phenomenon where the sense of self vanishes at such high velocity. Have we finally achieved the godlike power of instant movement? Or have we just built a faster way to leave our humanity behind? Don't look down. That is the unspoken rule for the divers who must repair this pressurized concrete vein while it is still full of water. The Delaware Aqueduct is the world's longest continuous tunnel, stretching 85 miles and carrying half of New York City's drinking water. Buried up to 1,500 feet underground, it is currently leaking over 20 million gallons a day. To fix it, engineers are building a 2.5-mile bypass tunnel, a massive surgical operation on a structure that is under immense hydrostatic pressure. The project requires specialized deep-sea saturation divers to work in the freezing, dark depths of the tunnel's shafts. The aqueduct looks like a gargantuan, water-filled artery made of concrete and steel, a hidden river that sustains 9 million lives in total darkness. Deep in the bypass shafts, the air feels heavy, and the distant roar of pressurized water sounds like a subterranean monster. There is a warning in the vibrations. Touch the water, and you belong to the pressure. Locals whisper about the weight of the city, fearing what would happen if the concrete finally surrendered. Can we truly control the force of a river trapped in a pipe? Or is it only a matter of time before the earth reclaims its flow? Stop. Listen to the echo of the void beneath the garden city, for it carries the waste and secrets of 5 million lives. Singapore's DTSS is a massive superhighway for used water, buried up to 50 meters underground. This 48-kilometer-long tunnel uses gravity alone to move waste to centralized treatment plants, a feat of subterranean hydraulics that ensures the island's survival. Carved through hard granite, it is a silent, hidden lung that breathes beneath the concrete. The tunnel appears as a gargantuan, concrete throat, an endless circle of gray, disappearing into total darkness. Down here, the silence is broken only by the rhythmic, haunting drip of moisture. Engineers warn of the mists, strange, swirling vapors that seem to take human form in the dark. If you lose your way in this labyrinth, your voice will be swallowed by the earth forever. Can we truly hide our waste, or is the ground just waiting to vomit it back? A road that vanishes into the mouth of the Atlantic, This structure is a testament to the audacity of American coastal engineering. The Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel stretches 28 kilometers, consisting of trestle bridges, 4 man-made islands, and 2-mile-long tunnels buried beneath the shipping channels. Completed in 1964 and designated as one of the 7 engineering wonders of the modern world, it requires constant maintenance against the relentless salt and surging tides of the open ocean. From above, the bridge looks like a slender gray needle stitching the choppy sapphire water, disappearing suddenly into the dark throat of the sea. There is a stoic, rugged pride in its silhouette, standing as a sentinel against the storms. Virginians say the bridge is a hand reached out to the horizon. As you enter the dark tunnel, the water pressure hums a low warning. Is the road taking you to the other side, or into the heart of the abyss? Behold the final bridge between worlds, where the will of man has finally stitched the fragments of a continent back together. The Urasan Fixed Link is an epic 16-kilometer masterpiece consisting of a cable-stayed bridge, a man-made island, and an undersea tunnel. It is a surgical stitch across the sea, a monumental achievement that has redefined the geography of Northern Europe. The bridge rises toward the heavens before vanishing into the water, appearing as a vanishing road to eternity. There is a grand, philosophical weight to its presence. It stands as a testament to the fact that no distance is too wide for the human spirit to bridge. As you cross the span, the vastness of the sea and the sky reminds you of your own smallness in the face of time. Have we finally conquered the divide, or are we just building more elegant ways to see how far we have come? This is the ultimate monument to the era of human connection. Why trust a bridge that refuses to be anchored, choosing instead to skate upon the fury of the abyss? The Rio-Antirrio Bridge is a masterpiece of seismic engineering. Connecting the Peloponnese to mainland Greece across the Gulf of Corinth. Because the seabed is loose sand prone to liquefaction, and the Gulf is widening every year, the bridge is not fixed to the bottom. Instead, its 4 massive pylons sit on a bed of gravel, allowing the entire 2,880-meter structure to move during a massive earthquake. It is a bridge that survives by surrendering to the movement of the earth. The bridge looks like 4 white kings standing guard over a sapphire sea, their long cable capes flowing down to the water in perfect geometric lines. The white concrete towers gleam with a celestial brilliance against the Mediterranean sun, appearing more like ancient monuments than modern infrastructure. On stormy nights, the wind whistling through the cables sounds like the ancient Greek gods whispering warnings from the deep. Sailors believe the bridge sits atop a rift to the underworld. If the earth finally opens wide, will these steel cables hold? Or are we just hanging by a thread over the fury of Poseidon? Deep within the granite roots of the Tsugaru Strait, Japan has forged a path that defies the very weight of the Pacific. The Seikan Tunnel is the world's longest undersea tunnel with a rail segment plunging 240 meters below sea level and stretching 53.8 kilometers. Construction was a heroic struggle against lethal water inflows and complex geological faults, costing the lives of many workers over decades of labor. The interior is a rhythmic sequence of concrete ribs, resembling the cold, gray throat of a prehistoric beast. Visually, the tunnel appears as a neon-lit artery of silver and stone, a silent passage through the dark belly of the planet. There is a sacred, heavy stillness here. The Japanese revere the spirit of the mountain that allows this passage to exist. The earth gives only what we are brave enough to take, the workers whisper. Do we master the mountain by piercing its heart, or are we just guests in its eternal stony slumber? Do not let the breathtaking view of the sunset deceive you. At this crossing, the wind carries a warning from the ghosts of two continents. The Bosphorus Bridge, officially the 15th July Martyrs Bridge, was the first permanent link between Europe and Asia, completed in 1973. Spanning 1,160 meters with a main span of 1,074 meters, it was a triumph of 20th century engineering, suspended 64 meters above the treacherous currents of the Bosphorus Strait. The construction required massive steel towers and complex cable systems to withstand the extreme tension of connecting two tectonic landmasses. Visually, the bridge resembles a silver gateway, a slender steel dragon resting its head in the east and its tail in the west. As the fog rolls in from the Black Sea, the structure seems to detach from the earth, floating like a phantom path above the dark water. There is an unsettling energy here, a feeling that the bridge is a needle stitching together two worlds that are constantly trying to drift apart. The flickering lights on the cables are often mistaken for the Yala Chapkana birds, but locals whisper they are the spirits of those who guarded the strait for centuries. Does the bridge truly unite us, or is it a fragile thread holding back a clash of civilizations? You may cross, but the strait never forgets who belongs to which side. Standing as a colossal wall of defiance against the rugged peaks of Artfin, this dam is a monument to the unyielding spirit of Anatolian engineering. The Yusufeli Dam is the tallest dam in Turkey and the fifth tallest of its kind in the world, towering 275 meters above its foundation. Built on the Choru River, it is a double curvature thin arch dam that required over 4 million cubic meters of concrete to construct. The project was a massive undertaking, necessitating the relocation of an entire town to higher ground and the carving of hundreds of kilometers of new roads through the vertical cliffs. The dam looks like a wall of the gods, a smooth gray crescent of stone that seems to hold back the weight of the heavens themselves. The reservoir behind it is a deep emerald eye caught in a socket of jagged brown mountains. There is a sacred gravity to the site, a feeling that the mountain has been forced to bow to human necessity. As the water cascades through the spillways, the roar is like a chant of ancient power, vibrating through the very marrow of your bones. The light reflecting off the concrete creates a shimmering halo, a sign of the light and energy being born from the river's struggle. Is this our ultimate victory over nature? Or have we merely built a higher throne for the river to eventually reclaim? To cross this bridge is to travel across a frozen frontier where the Atlantic Ocean exerts its most brutal and majestic will. The Confederation Bridge is an engineering marvel that spans the Northumberland Strait, connecting Prince Edward Island to mainland New Brunswick. Completed in 1997, it remains the longest bridge in the world crossing ice-covered water, stretching for 12.9 kilometers. Its design is a feat of specialized engineering. The piers are equipped with ice shields made of high-strength concrete to break up the massive ice flows that surge through the strait during the harsh Canadian winters. Built with over 3.5 million tons of concrete and reinforced steel, it was designed to last for a century against the relentless salt and ice. Looking out from the coastline, the bridge appears as a long, slender gray ribbon stitching the blue sea to the pale sky, disappearing into the horizon like a path to the edge of the world. In the winter, the white ice crumbles against its base like salt, creating a rhythmic, crushing sound that echoes across the water. There is a haunting loneliness in the middle of the span, a feeling of being suspended in a void between two worlds. The Mi'kmaq people tell stories of the Abegweit, the cradle on the waves, and the bridge feels like a modern hand reaching out to steady that cradle. As you drive into the mist, you must ask, does the bridge truly connect us? Or does it only emphasize the vast, icy distance that remains between human hearts. Beyond the horizon of human imagination, where the golden sands of Dubai meet the emerald ripples of the Persian Gulf, stands the final jewel of an oceanic empire. This is Jumeirah Marsa Al Arab, a pinnacle of architectural audacity designed to complete the world-renowned trilogy alongside the Burj Al Arab and Jumeirah Beach Hotel. Crafted by the visionary mind of Sean Killa, this structure is not merely a building, but a 386-meter-long statement of ultra-luxury. Its construction required thousands of tons of high-grade steel and specialized glass to endure the relentless Middle Eastern sun while maintaining its pristine, futuristic facade. The engineering team had to reclaim vast areas of the coastline, creating a stable foundation amidst the shifting tides to support its massive, cantilevered decks. Visually, the hotel resembles a colossal, futuristic super yacht frozen in a perpetual voyage toward the sun, its sleek curves mimicking the graceful movement of a ship's hull cutting through the waves. As the sun sets, the glass exterior catches the dying light, transforming the structure into a shimmering beacon of gold and violet. In this space, the air feels heavy with the scent of sea salt and success, a place where the divine geometry of man meets the infinite horizon. Is this the ultimate peak of our civilization, or simply a fleeting monument to an era of opulence? We are reminded that even the grandest ships eventually succumb to the ocean of time. There is a place where the crushing weight of the Alps is but a whisper against the sheer, relentless will of human ingenuity. The Mont Cenis-based tunnel is the centerpiece of the Lyon-Turin high-speed railway, a project of such magnitude that it redefines the geography of Europe. Descending deep into the granite roots of the mountains, this 57.5-kilometer twin-tube tunnel is designed to facilitate a massive shift from road to rail, drastically reducing carbon footprints across the continent. To carve this path, engineers deployed massive tunnel boring machines, TBMs, capable of grinding through the hardest rock known to man, facing extreme temperatures and immense geothermal pressure miles below the surface. To the naked eye, the entrance of the tunnel is like a dark, inviting eye into the underworld, a piercing silver arrow shot through the heart of the Alps. The interior is a rhythmic sequence of concrete ribs, resembling the throat of a great prehistoric beast. Deep within these tunnels, the air carries a strange, ancient chill, as if the mountain itself is breathing. Some workers speak of hearing the mountain's song, a low, resonant hum that vibrates through the rock. It is a place of profound, sacred silence, where where the boundaries of nations vanish into the darkness. Do we conquer the mountain by piercing its heart, or do we simply become guests in its eternal, stony slumber? Deep beneath the relentless grind of Manhattan's Upper East Side, a century-old dream has finally taken a concrete form. The Second Avenue subway is perhaps New York's most legendary infrastructure project, first proposed in 1920, but delayed by wars and economic collapses. Phase 1, completed in 2017, at a cost of $4.4 billion, involved carving massive caverns out of the city's ancient schist bedrock. Stretching from 63rd to 96th Streets, the line features high-tech climate control and column-free stations designed to handle over 200,000 daily passengers with a level of space and light unheard of in the century-old NYC transit system. The stations appear as subterranean cathedrals of glass and tile, their vibrant murals and bright LED lighting creating a sharp contrast to the dark, soot-covered tunnels of the older lines. There is a rhythmic, urban pulse down here, a feeling that the city's heart is beating in a new, modern tempo. Commuters often feel a sense of relief in these wide, sterile halls, as if they have escaped the chaotic pressure of the world above. But in the deep silence of the tunnels between stations, the air carries a heavy, historical weight. Is this progress a sign of a new era, or just a temporary refuge from the crushing intensity of New York life? Do not walk beneath these cables at night. The shadow of the nearby Bunker Hill Monument casts a heavy, spectral weight that the modern world cannot erase. The Zakim Bridge is a cable-stayed masterpiece in Boston, serving as the northern entrance to the city's infamous Big Dig tunnel system. Completed in 2003, its asymmetrical design is world unique, with the 10 lanes of traffic supported by 2 massive towers that resemble the monument they are named after. The bridge was built using a mix of steel and concrete, requiring intricate engineering to balance the load of the Zakim's iconic X-shaped pylons against the soft soils of the Charles River. The bridge looks like a silver crown resting on the river, its cables glowing like the strands of a spider's web under the amber city lights. The architecture is sharp and aggressive, cutting a jagged silhouette against the historic Boston skyline. There is a lingering energy of revolution and struggle at the site. Many say they feel the presence of the ghosts of 1775 watching the modern traffic from the shadows of the cables. The bridge is a gate between the old world and the new, but the air around it feels charged with a historical electricity. Is the city watching you cross? Or are the ancestors judging what we have built upon their hallowed ground? Why does the swan lean so precariously toward a sky it can never truly reach? The Erasmus Bridge is an architectural enigma that defines the skyline of Rotterdam, stretching 802 meters across the Nieuwe Maas River. Completed in 1996, its most striking feature is a 139-meter-high asymmetrical white pylon, held in place by 32 massive stay cables. Shortly after its opening, the bridge began to swing violently under the pressure of the North Sea winds, forcing engineers to install dampers to quiet its restless spirit. It stands as a symbol of the city's rebirth from the ashes of war. Visually, the bridge resembles a colossal white harp played by the wind, its cables shimmering like the wings of a mythical bird. As the evening fog rolls in from the harbor, the blue light reflecting off its steel skin creates a ghostly silhouette that seems to float above the water. Local legends whisper that when the wind hits the cables at a certain frequency, you can hear the swan's song, a low, mournful hum. There's a sense of impossible balance here, a feeling that the structure is a frozen moment of movement. Is this bridge a triumph of design, or a silent sentinel guarding a portal to the sea's darkest secrets? Standing as a crimson guardian over the Dardanelles, this bridge is a monumental victory for Turkish engineering and national pride. The Çanakkale 1915 bridge is the world's longest suspension bridge, featuring a record-breaking main span of 2,023 meters to honor the Republic's centenary. The towers rise 318 meters high, painted in the vibrant red of the national flag, symbolizing the historic naval victory of March 18th. This €2.5 billion masterpiece was designed to withstand extreme seismic activity and fierce winds while linking the continents of Europe and Asia. Visually, it resembles a giant crimson arch stitching the blue sea to the heavens, its cables glowing like threads of gold at dawn. There is a sacred aura here. The air feels heavy with the honor of fallen martyrs. Turkish people say, "Our history is the bridge to our future." Can a structure of steel truly carry the weight of a nation's soul? Why does the wind whistling through these steel cables sound like a choir of the lost, weeping for the ships that never returned. The Humber Bridge was once the world's longest single-span suspension bridge, stretching 2,220 meters. Because the towers are so far apart, they are 36 millimeters wider at the top than at the bottom, to account for the Earth's curvature. The deck is made of aerodynamic box girders to prevent it from dancing in the fierce North Sea gales. Visually, the bridge is a slender gray ghost in the mist, its cables looking like spiderwebs caught against a leaden sky. When the fog rolls in, the towers disappear, leaving the road suspended in a white void. There is a mournful energy here. The low hum of the cables sounds like a funeral dirge for the industrial past. As you cross, you must ask, will you truly reach the other side, or will the mist claim you for the sea? One slip on this golden deck, and you belong to the shadows of the gorge for all eternity. The Sidu River Bridge is a terrifying suspension marvel in Hubei province, hanging 496 meters above the valley floor. It is so high that the Statue of Liberty could fit beneath it twice. Because of the vertical cliffs, engineers had to use a military rocket to fire the first pilot cable across the 1,222-meter span. The first time in history such a feat was attempted. The H-shaped towers are built to endure the violent, swirling winds that haunt this limestone abyss. Visually, the bridge is a golden thread, suspended over a green, bottomless abyss, appearing fragile against the terrifying scale of the earth. When the mountain mist rises, the deck seems to be anchored to the clouds rather than the rock, floating in a white void. There is an ancient, heavy energy in the gorge. Locals believe the wind whistling through the cables is the breath of a sleeping mountain dragon. It is a place of sacred, terrifying height where the boundary between life and death feels razor thin. Why does the mountain scream when the wind hits the steel? Perhaps it is a warning that we have trespassed too far into the realm of the spirits. Don't blink. The sea is hungry, and the dragon hates the steel on its back. The HZMB is the world's longest sea crossing, stretching 55 kilometers across the Pearl River Delta. It includes a 6.7-kilometer undersea tunnel and 4 man-made islands, engineered to withstand super typhoons and massive ship impacts. This $20 billion project looks like a white dragon, winding across the sapphire water, its spine disappearing into the waves, only to emerge miles away. There's a terrifying energy here. The white light reflecting off the towers creates a blinding, spiritual aura. Mariners whisper that the bridge has disturbed the ancient sea dragon's path, whistling through the cables sounds like a distant, angry roar. As you drive into the tunnel, the air turns cold and heavy. Are we building a gate to prosperity? Or have we just stepped on the tail of something that is about to wake up? There is a terrifying warning for those who wander too far into the new wings of Incheon. Some gates lead to destinations that are not found on any flight path. The massive expansion of Incheon International Airport, specifically the Terminal 2 project, aims to handle over 106 million passengers annually by 2024. This high-tech fortress of glass and steel utilizes advanced robotics and Great Hall eco-designs to create a seamless flow of human movement. However, the sheer scale of the fourth phase expansion has created vast echoing voids where the digital surveillance sometimes glitches, capturing figures that shouldn't be there. Visually, the terminal looks like a giant glass phoenix rising from the gray mudflats of the Yellow Sea, its transparent skin reflecting a sky that always seems slightly distorted. At night, the cold LED glow turns the interior into a sterile, futuristic purgatory where the silence is unnervingly loud. Airport staff whisper about the passenger in Gate 252, a traveler seen on cameras walking toward a plane that doesn't exist, disappearing into the light of the runway. There is a spiritual coldness in these halls, a feeling that in our rush to connect the world, we have created a space where the human soul becomes lost in the machinery. Can a place built for everyone truly belong to anyone? Or is it just a beautiful trap for the wandering spirit? Suspended between the ancient echoes of the Silk Road and the rapid pulse of modern global trade, this structure defies the seismic rage of the Earth itself. The Osmangazi Bridge is a suspension marvel spanning the Gulf of Izmit, serving as the fourth longest of its kind in the world at the time of its completion. Stretching 2,682 meters in total with a main span of 1,550 meters. It was engineered to withstand the immense pressure of the North Anatolian Fault, one of the most active earthquake zones on the planet. The towers, rising 252 meters above the water, were constructed with high-strength steel to provide both flexibility and power against the elements. Looking from above, the bridge appears as a slender steel giant, a silver thread stitching the fragmented Anatolian landscape back together. Its long, elegant cables look like the strings of a cosmic harp, played by the fierce winds of the Marmara Sea. There is a profound stillness when you stand at its center, a feeling of being suspended in a void between heaven and water. The light reflecting off the towers creates a halo that many locals believe represents a spiritual bridge between the past and the future. As you cross this steel behemoth, you must wonder, can a structure made of cold metal truly possess a soul? Or is it just echoing the heartbeat of the millions who traverse its spine? Why does this coat hanger of steel feel as though it is holding the very sky of Australia from falling into the depths of the Pacific. The Sydney Harbour Bridge is one of the world's most recognizable landmarks, a massive steel through-arch bridge that opened in 1932. It contains over 53,000 tons of steel and 6 million hand-driven rivets, rising 134 meters above the harbor. The construction was a beacon of hope during the Great Depression, providing work for thousands and a symbol of national resilience. Its 4 massive granite-faced pylons were originally built only for decoration, but they now anchor the spiritual identity of the city. The bridge appears as a gray industrial giant's ribcage, a monumental arch that frames the opera house like a cathedral of iron. When the sunset hits the steel, it glows with a deep orange fire, reflecting the sweat and blood of the men who built it without safety harnesses. There is a rhythmic heartbeat in the vibrations of the trains crossing its deck, a sound that many say echoes the labor of the past. Climbers who reach the summit at dawn speak of a sacred connection to the continent. Does the steel remember the millions of feet that have crossed it? Or is it just waiting for the rust of time to claim it back? Step onto this deck and feel the air disappear from your lungs. One slip here, and you belong to the shadows of the gorge for eternity. The Sidu River Bridge is a suspension marvel in Hubei Province, China, that held the title of the world's highest bridge for nearly a decade. Rising 496 meters above the valley floor, it is so high that the Statue of Liberty could fit under its deck with room to spare. Because of the vertical cliffs and the depth of the canyon, engineers had to use a rocket-propelled line to fire the first pilot cable across the 1,222-meter span, a world first in bridge construction. The H-shaped towers and the vibrant yellow suspension cables are built to withstand the fierce, swirling mountain winds. Visually, the bridge is a golden thread suspended over a green abyss, a fragile-looking line that defies the terrifying scale of the earth. When the mountain mist rises, the deck seems to be anchored to the clouds rather than the rock. There is an ancient, heavy energy in the gorge. Locals believe the wind whistling through the cables is the breath of a sleeping dragon. It is a place of sacred, terrifying height, where the boundary between life and death feels thin. Why does the mountain scream when the wind hits the steel? Perhaps it is a warning that we have trespassed too high into the realm of the spirits. In the cradle of the Industrial Revolution, a sleek silver comb has been drawn through the salt marshes of the River Mersey. The Mersey Gateway Bridge is a 6-lane cable-stayed bridge that opened in 2017, serving as a critical link between Runcorn and Widnes. The bridge features 3 distinct pylons of varying heights. The tallest reaching 125 meters, which support a 1-kilometer-long crossing. The construction was an environmental challenge, as engineers had to protect the delicate ecology of the Mersey estuary while building a structure capable of handling 60,000 vehicles a day. The use of high-strength steel and a unique fin-back design gives it a signature profile. Visually, the bridge resembles a futuristic sculpture of white glass and steel, its cables fanning out like the wings of a predatory bird over the gray river mud. At night, the pylons are lit with a pale, ghostly white light that reflects off the industrial structures of the nearby factories, creating a landscape that is both beautiful and haunting. There is a mechanical hum that vibrates through the air, a reminder of the relentless productivity of the region. The locals speak of the river's old spirit watching the new bridge with suspicion. As you cross the span, the industrial landscape stretches out like a map of human ambition. Have we finally harmonized with the environment, or have we just built a more elegant way to dominate it? The ice will crush you if the freezing Atlantic wind doesn't claim your soul first. The Confederation Bridge is a 12.9-kilometer engineering marvel that crosses the Northumberland Strait, connecting Prince Edward Island to mainland Canada. Completed in 1997, it is the longest bridge in the world crossing ice-covered water. Its piers are equipped with specialized ice shields designed to break up massive flows that surge through the strait during the brutal Canadian winters. Built with 3.5 million tons of high-strength concrete, it was engineered to endure the most relentless salt and ice for over a century. The bridge appears as a slender gray ribbon, stitching the blue sea to the pale sky, disappearing into the horizon like a path to the edge of the world. In the winter, the white ice crumbles against its base with a rhythmic crushing sound that vibrates through the asphalt. There is a haunting loneliness in the middle of the span, a feeling of being suspended in a void where the land has vanished. The white light reflecting off the frozen sea creates a blinding, spiritual aura. Will you reach the other side, or will the ice spirits claim your heart before you find the shore? Don't hold your breath. That is the only rule when you plunge beneath the turquoise waters of Biscayne Bay. The Port Miami Tunnel is a billion-dollar engineering marvel consisting of twin tubes, each 1,200 meters long, carved using Harriet, a massive tunnel boring machine. This project was designed to redirect thousands of heavy trucks from downtown streets, requiring innovative ground freezing techniques to stabilize the porous coral rock. The tunnel appears as a pair of clinical, metallic throats swallowed by the sea, their white-tiled walls reflecting a cold, artificial glare. As you drive deeper, the air feels pressurized, as if the ocean is leaning against the concrete. Local workers whisper about the hum. A vibration that sounds like a heartbeat in the walls. They warn that if you stop in the center, the silence will never let you go. Is this a passage to progress, or a beautiful cage beneath the tide? Beware the iron ghosts of the deep. They do not like the modern eyes that pry into their dark sanctuary. The Soudan Mine was Minnesota's first iron mine, reaching a depth of 2,341 feet. Today, it serves as a high-tech laboratory for physicists studying the nature of the universe. The Soudan II and Minos experiments were housed here, using the massive overburden of iron-rich rock to block out cosmic rays. The facility is a strange marriage of 19th century industrial grit and 21st century quantum exploration, where old mining cages are the only way to reach the sterile labs below. The mine appears as an iron labyrinth, its walls stained a deep blood red by the ore that once fueled a nation's industry. Down in the lowest levels, the temperature is a constant chilling 51 degrees, and the air carries the metallic scent of wet rust and ancient stone. There is a feeling of being watched by the red shadows, the spirits of the men who died in the dark for the sake of the iron. Many visitors claim to hear the rhythmic clink of pickaxes echoing from the abandoned drifts. Are we searching for the secrets of the cosmos, or are we just disturbing the rest of those who were buried by the mountain? Imagine a cathedral of stone and clay, built not to reach the heavens, but to guard the very essence of survival beneath the Earth's surface. The Waima Community Dam is the largest dam constructed in New Zealand in over 2 decades, a vital response to the recurring droughts threatening the Tasman region. Standing 53 meters high, with a crest length of 220 meters, this rock-filled dam was engineered using more than 430,000 cubic meters of local rock and a sophisticated concrete face. Its primary purpose is to secure the water supply for both the agricultural heartland and the growing urban populations, holding back 13 million cubic meters of life-giving water. Visually, the dam acts as a massive gray shield nestled within the lush green velvet of the Lee Valley, a man-made scar that has healed into a symbol of resilience. The water behind it reflects the sky like a perfect sapphire mirror, contrasting sharply with the rugged, weathered texture of the dam's face. In the early morning mist, the structure assumes a spiritual aura, appearing as a silent guardian that watches over the valley. There is a sense of hallowed duty here, a feeling that the stone is holding its breath to ensure the survival of the land. When the water level rises, does the earth feel a sense of relief? Or is it a heavy burden that we have forced the landscape to carry? Beneath the chaotic, sun-drenched pulse of Brazil's largest metropolis lies a silent golden artery that breathes life into the city's exhausted veins. São Paulo. Metro Line 4, often referred to as the Yellow Line, is a masterpiece of subterranean urban planning. Stretching across 12.8 kilometers, it was the first project in South America to utilize GOA4, Grade of Automation 4 technology, allowing for fully driverless operation. The stations, some buried as deep as 30 meters underground, like Pinheiros, required innovative excavation techniques to avoid disturbing the dense urban fabric above. This line serves as a critical link, moving nearly 1 million people daily with surgical precision through the city's complex geological layers. The stations are vast, cavernous spaces that look like a subterranean nervous system, glowing with neon yellow light and polished steel. The trains move like silent ghosts through the tunnels, their movements orchestrated by an invisible digital mind. Down here, the frantic noise of the city above is replaced by a rhythmic, mechanical hum that feels almost liturgical. The cool, filtered air and the sharp angles of the architecture create a sense of being in a futuristic temple dedicated to the god of movement. As you stand on the platform, watching the lights approach from the darkness, you feel a strange sense of being guided by an unseen force. Is technology the new deity that will lead us out of the chaos? Or are we simply becoming cogs in a machine we no longer control? Why does this singular, leaning pylon seem to pull the very soul of Rotterdam toward the sky? The Erasmus Bridge, completed in 1996, is an architectural enigma that defies the traditional symmetry of engineering. Spanning 802 meters across the New Amas River, its most striking feature is the 139-meter-high asymmetrical white pylon, held in place by 32 massive stay cables. This swan of the Netherlands was designed by Ben van Berkel to breathe life into the city's industrial heart. However, shortly after its opening, the bridge began to swing violently under certain wind conditions, forcing engineers to install specialized dampers to quiet its restless spirit. Visually, the bridge resembles a colossal, elegant harp played by the North Sea winds, its white steel shimmering like the wings of a mythical bird. As the evening fog rolls in from the harbor, the blue light reflecting off its cables creates a ghostly silhouette that seems to float above the water. Local legends whisper that when the wind hits the cables at a specific frequency, you can hear the swan's song, a low, mournful hum that vibrates in your chest. They say if you hear it, you must not look back at the pylon, or the bridge will pull your thoughts into the abyss. Is this structure merely a triumph of design, or a silent sentinel guarding a portal to the North Sea's darkest secrets? In the heart of the Great Belt, Denmark has forged a steel and concrete bond that conquered the sea's ancient divide. The Storebelt Fixed Link, opened in 1998, is an 18-kilometer engineering masterpiece consisting of a suspension bridge, a bored tunnel, and a box girder bridge. Its East Bridge boasts a main span of 1,624 meters, making it one of the longest suspension bridges in the world. The towers rise 254 meters above sea level, anchored by massive concrete caissons that were floated out and sunk with surgical precision. This project transformed Danish geography, reducing an hour-long ferry trip to a mere 10-minute drive. Visually, the bridge resembles a gargantuan white snake leaping across the waves, its spine curving gracefully toward the horizon. The cables look like delicate spiderwebs caught in the northern light, yet they possess the strength to hold thousands of tons against the Baltic gales. There is a serene, majestic power in the way the structure bisects the water, a symbol of Scandinavian unity and engineering prowess. The locals view it as a modern Bifrost, a rainbow bridge connecting their islands in a way the Vikings could only dream of. When the mist clears, the bridge stands as a pillar of human will. Are we finally stronger than the currents that once separated us? Or are we just guests on a path the sea allows us to keep? In the scorched heart of the Sahara, a silent miracle flows through the darkness, bringing the blue gold of the ancients to a thirsty world. The Great Man-Made River is the world's largest irrigation project, a vast network of pipes that pumps fossil water from the Nubian sandstone aquifer system. Consisting of over 2,800 kilometers of pipes, every 4 meters in diameter, the system transports over 6 million cubic meters of water daily to the coastal cities. This Herculean feat of engineering was designed to turn the desert green, tapping into a water source that has been buried for over 40,000 years. The project is a hidden labyrinth, a series of blue veins buried beneath the golden dunes, invisible to the eye but felt in every blade of grass in the oases. The massive pumping stations look like fortresses in the sand, guarding the lifeblood of the desert. There is a spiritual weight to this water. It is a gift from a time before history, a liquid memory of a green Sahara. The locals revere it as a divine blessing, a hidden river that defies the sun's attempts to kill the land. When the water finally reaches the surface, it sparkles with a prehistoric clarity. Does this water belong to us, or are we drinking the future of the earth to satisfy our present thirst? Spanning a canyon carved by one of the oldest rivers on the planet, this steel arch stands as a bridge between the Appalachian past and the infinite future. The new River Gorge Bridge, completed in 1977, was for many years the world's longest single-span steel arch bridge, stretching 924 meters in total. Rising 267 meters above the rushing New River, its construction used 22,000 tons of COR-10 steel, which is designed to rust naturally to blend in with the surrounding forest. This arch was a monumental solution to a treacherous mountain crossing that previously took 40 minutes of winding travel. Visually, the bridge is an arch of eternity, a rusted, orange-brown crescent that looks like it grew naturally out of the canyon walls. It is a thin, elegant line drawn across the sky, appearing fragile, yet possessing the strength to hold the weight of the world. There is a rugged, stoic pride in its appearance, mirroring the resilience of the West Virginian people. On Bridge Day, when thousands gather to watch jumpers leap into the abyss, the structure feels alive with human courage. The light at sunset turns the steel into a glowing rib of fire, a sacred link over the ancient water. Is this arch a victory over the mountains? Or have we simply found a way to bridge the gaps in our own history? Why does this shimmering metallic vessel look like it just landed from another galaxy in the middle of North London? The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is a masterpiece of multi-purpose architecture, completed in 2019 to replace the historic White Hart Lane. It features the world's first dividing, retractable football pitch, which slides away to reveal a synthetic NFL field beneath. With a capacity of over 62,000, it includes the South Stand, a single-tier wall of sound designed with acoustic engineers to amplify the roar of the crowd. Every inch of the 1 billion-pound structure is embedded with sensors and high-tech amenities to redefine the fan experience. The stadium appears as a sleek silver spaceship, its glass and steel skin reflecting the gray London sky like a polished mirror. Inside, the cavernous stands feel like a modern cathedral where the air is thick with the electricity of anticipation. People often wonder how such a massive structure can feel so intimate, as if the walls themselves are leaning in to hear the chants of the faithful. There is a strange, mechanical heartbeat to the place, especially when the massive pitch begins to move in silence. Is this a temple for sport, or a laboratory for the future of human gathering? As the floodlights ignite, you feel as though you are part of a ritual that transcends the game itself. In the quiet coastal city of Malmö, a structure of white steel and glass performs a slow, eternal dance toward the Baltic sky. The turning torso is a neo-futurist residential skyscraper and the first twisting tower of its kind in the world. Designed by the visionary Santiago Calatrava and completed in 2005, the building rises 190 meters and consists of 9 segments of 5-story pentagons. Each segment twists as it rises, resulting in a total 90-degree turn from the ground to the top floor. The engineering required a massive core of reinforced concrete and an external steel exoskeleton to manage the immense structural torque and the fierce winds of the Oresund Strait. The tower looks like a colossal human spine made of marble and light, spiraling upward as if trying to catch a glimpse of the distant Swedish horizon. Its white facade gleams with a clinical, celestial purity that makes the surrounding buildings look like shadows. On nights when the aurora borealis flickers in the north, the glass skin of the torso reflects the ghostly green light, making the building look like a living, breathing entity. There is a sense of impossible balance here, a feeling that the structure is a frozen moment of movement. It stands as a silent sentinel of Malmö's transformation from an industrial port to a city of the future. Can a building truly capture the grace of a human soul? Or is it just a magnificent monument to our own vanity? At the edge of the European continent, where the Tagus River broadens into a sea of its own, a white bridge stretches toward the infinite Atlantic. The Vasco da Gama Bridge was opened in 1998 to coincide with the 500th anniversary of the great explorer's arrival in India. Spanning 12.3 kilometers, it was the longest bridge in Europe for 2 decades. The engineering is a marvel of resilience. It was built to withstand an earthquake 4.5 times stronger than the devastating 1755 Lisbon earthquake and can endure wind speeds of up to 250 kilometers per hour. Its foundations reach 95 meters deep into the riverbed to find stability in the shifting silt. Visually, the bridge is a ghostly armada, a series of white pylons and cables that fade into the river mist like the sails of ancient ships. From the air, it looks like a slender white needle stitching the city of Lisbon to the sprawling horizons of the south. At sunset, the bridge turns into a rib of liquid gold, reflecting the spirit of the age of discovery. There is a profound sense of saudade, a deep, nostalgic longing that hangs over the water here, a feeling that the bridge is trying to reach a destination that no longer exists. It stands as a monument to the Portuguese soul, always looking toward the sea. Can a bridge truly bridge the gap between our history and our future? Or is it just a path to the edge of the unknown? Never stop driving. If your car fails in the middle of this gray ribbon, you belong to the water and the wind. The Lake Pontchartrain Causeway holds the record for the longest continuous bridge over water, stretching 38 kilometers. long stretch in the middle, the land disappears completely, leaving you in a blue-gray void where the horizon vanishes. Supported by 9,000 concrete pilings, it is a test of psychological endurance against the relentless monotony of the sea. The bridge looks like a slender, concrete scar across a sapphire mirror, a line that seems to lead to the edge of the world. In the fog, the road becomes a ghostly path, floating in a white abyss. Fishermen warn of the Mirror Man, a figure seen in the rearview mirror, who only appears when the land is out of sight. Why do we build paths to places where we cannot see the end? The water is patient, and the bridge is very, very long. Don't touch the walls, for every crystal here is made of the salt and tears of 7 centuries. The Wieliczka salt mine is a subterranean kingdom reaching 327 meters deep, featuring over 287 kilometers of tunnels. This is not just a mine, it is a cathedral carved from rock salt. Including massive chandeliers and intricate altars. For hundreds of years, miners carved their faith into the walls to survive the crushing darkness and the constant threat of flooding. The mine looks like a shimmering, translucent palace made of dark glass, its halls echoing with the ghost chimes of pickaxes. There is a spiritual gravity here, a feeling that the salt has preserved the prayers of the dead. Locals warn never to whistle in the shafts, or the Salt Queen will lead you into a tunnel with no end. Do we find God in the light of the sun? Or is he waiting for us in the silent, salty depths? Beware the rising waters of the Tigris. They do not just generate power. They bury the ghosts of 10,000 years. The Ilisu Dam, a massive hydroelectric project completed in 2019, stands 135 meters tall and stretches nearly 2 kilometers across the ancient riverbed. Built to provide 1,200 megawatts of energy, it required the flooding of the historic town of Hasankeyf, submerging countless archaeological treasures and forcing the relocation of thousands. The sheer weight of the 10.4 billion cubic meters of water held behind this concrete wall has fundamentally altered the geological pressure of the region, creating a landscape that feels artificial and heavy. The dam looks like a jagged gray scar carved into the golden, sun-scorched flesh of the Mesopotamian valley. From the air, The reservoir appears as a deep, suffocating blue shroud draped over the remains of fallen empires. When the sun hits the water at high noon, a blinding glare erupts from the surface, masking the ruins that lie beneath. Locals speak of the sunken cries, strange metallic echoes that rise from the depths when the turbines are most active. Many believe the spirits of the submerged cities are clawing at the concrete, seeking a way back to the light. Do we truly gain power from the water, or are we simply drowning our history to fuel a flickering modern dream? Why does this bridge remain standing while the very earth beneath its pillars tries to tear itself apart? The Rio-Antirrio Bridge, officially the Charilaos-Trikoupi's Bridge, is a masterpiece of seismic engineering spanning the Gulf of Corinth. Completed in 2004, it connects the Peloponnese to mainland Greece across a 2,880-meter expanse. Because the Gulf is widening by several millimeters every year, and the seabed consists of loose sand prone to liquefaction, the bridge is not anchored to the bottom. Instead, its four massive pylons sit on a bed of gravel, allowing the entire structure to skate during a massive earthquake. The bridge looks like four white kings standing guard over a sapphire sea, their long cable capes flowing down to the water in perfect geometric lines. The white concrete towers gleam with a celestial brilliance against the Mediterranean sun, appearing more like ancient monuments than modern infrastructure. On stormy nights, the wind whistling through the cables sounds like the ancient Greek gods whispering warnings from the abyss. Sailors believe that the bridge sits atop a rift to the underworld, and the strange blue lights that flicker beneath the pylons are the eyes of Poseidon watching the modern world. If the earth finally opens wide, will these steel cables hold? Or are we just hanging by a thread over the fury of the deep? Beware the white fog that rises from the Tagus. It hides the bridge and calls the spirit to wander into the Atlantic. Spanning 12 kilometers, the Vasco da Gama Bridge was built to endure an earthquake 5 times stronger than the one that leveled Lisbon in 1755. Its foundations reach 95 meters into the silt to find a stable grip on the earth. It was designed to last a century, a white line of defiance against the surging tides and the salt air. The bridge looks like a ghostly armada, its white pylons fading into the river mist like the sails of ancient explorers. From above, it is a needle stitching the city to the horizon. At sunset, the steel turns into a rib of liquid gold, reflecting the saudade of the Portuguese soul. Locals say the wind carries the whispers of sailors who never found home. If the fog swallows your car, will you find the exit, or will you drive forever toward the sunset? Don't look down. That is the only rule when you stand atop this industrial titan, suspended 134 meters above the churning Pacific tides. The Sydney Harbour Bridge, opened in 1932, is a monumental through-arch structure held together by 6 million hand-driven rivets and 53,000 tons of gray steel. Built during the Great Depression, it served as a beacon of hope, a massive coat hanger engineered to link a divided city. The 4 granite-faced pylons anchor the bridge's physical and spiritual weight against the salt-heavy winds of the harbor. Visually, the bridge resembles a gargantuan gray ribcage of a fallen iron giant, its steel arches framing the sky like a cathedral of the modern age. When the sunset hits the steel, it ignites with a deep orange fire, reflecting the sweat and blood of the men who built it without safety harnesses. There is a haunting energy here. Many say they feel the presence of the rivet ghosts watching the modern traffic. As the lights flicker on, you must ask, does the steel remember the millions of souls it has carried? Or is it just waiting for the rust of time to claim it back? Why does this crimson giant stand as if it is guarding the very gates of history itself? The Çanakkale 1915 bridge is the world's longest suspension bridge, spanning the Dardanelles Strait in northwestern Turkey. Completed in 2022, its main span measures exactly 2,023 meters, a symbolic tribute to the centenary of the Turkish Republic. The towers, painted in the vibrant red of the Turkish flag, rise 318 meters high, representing the date of the historic naval victory in the Gallipoli campaign, March 18th. This bridge is a staggering feat of mega engineering, designed to endure the high winds and seismic activity of the Marmara region, while linking the continents of Europe and Asia once again. The bridge looks like a crimson titan, a massive red arch stretching across the blue sapphire waters of the strait, its cables looking like the veins of a nation's pride. When the sun sets over the Aegean, the red steel glows with an almost supernatural fire, reflecting the blood and glory of the soldiers who once fought on these very shores. There is a sacred, heavy energy here, a feeling that the bridge is not just carrying cars, but the weight of a million souls. The wind whistling through the red towers sounds like a distant battle cry, echoing through the halls of time. As you cross this record-breaking span, you must ask, is this bridge a path to the future? Or is it an eternal monument to a past that will never be forgotten? Why are four nations digging a high-speed path through ancient forests that have witnessed the blood and secrets of centuries of European conflict? Rail Baltica is a greenfield rail transport infrastructure project with a goal to integrate the Baltic states into the European rail network. Spanning 870 kilometers with a total cost of nearly 6 billion euros, it is a massive geopolitical statement of unity and speed. The project requires the construction of dozens of bridges, viaducts, and international terminals, all built to the European standard gauge. This engineering feat involves crossing delicate marshlands and primeval forests, requiring innovative environmental protections to ensure the landscape remains undisturbed while trains roar past at 249 km/h. The project appears as a silver needle stitching together the fragmented landscapes of northern Europe, a sharp, metallic line cutting through the deep green velvet of the pines. In the twilight, the tracks glow with a cold, industrial promise of connection. There is a profound stillness in the surrounding woods, where some say the echoes of the past still linger in the vibrations of the earth. People wonder if the speed of the modern world will finally drown out the ancient voices of the land. As the first trains begin to run, the question remains, are we moving toward a united future, or just racing away from a past that refuses to stay buried? Why does a city born of the desert sun build a labyrinth so deep and cold that the heat of the dunes can no longer reach you? The Doha Metro Red Line is the longest of the 3 lines in Qatar's massive transit system, stretching 40 kilometers from Al Wakra in the south to Lusail in the north. This fully automated driverless system is a masterpiece of subterranean engineering, utilizing high-tech tunnel boring machines to carve through the limestone and sand. The stations, designed with vaults of the future aesthetics, feature high-end materials like gold leaf ceilings and polished marble, designed to handle millions of passengers with surgical precision while providing a sanctuary from the 50-degree Celsius heat above. The line appears as a golden vein pulsing through the dark, cold bedrock of the desert, its sleek trains moving like silent ghosts through the illuminated tunnels. Inside, the sterile white light and the rhythmic hum of the machinery create an atmosphere that feels more like a lunar colony than a subway. There is a strange, echoing silence in the deep stations, where the digital surveillance sometimes captures shadows that move against the flow. Many wonder if the sand spirits have followed the construction into the depths. Are these tunnels a path to progress, or a beautiful trap where the soul becomes lost in the machinery of the future? does a road stretch so far into the water that the land vanishes behind you, leaving you entirely at the mercy of the infinite horizon? The Lake Pontchartrain Causeway is a record-breaking structure consisting of two parallel bridges that cross Lake Pontchartrain in southern Louisiana. Stretching 23.83 miles, it is so long that for 8 miles of the journey, drivers cannot see land in any direction. Supported by over 9,500 concrete pilings, the bridge was a monumental feat of pre-stressed concrete engineering when it was first built in the 1950s. It stands as a vital link for the New Orleans metropolitan area, braving the ferocious hurricanes and rising tides of the Gulf Coast. The bridge appears as a gray, endless scar on the face of a blue mirror, a monotonous line of concrete that seems to lead to the end of the world. On hazy days, the water and sky blend into a single white void, making you feel as though you are driving on a bridge to heaven. There is a deep, aquatic stillness here, a feeling that the water spirits are watching the cars from below. Locals tell stories of drivers who became so disoriented by the horizon that they never reached the other side. What lies beneath the pilings in the dark, muddy depths of the lake? The road is long, and the water is patient. Beware the white, winding curves of this terminal. It looks like a path to the future, but it sits upon the land of volcanic fire and ancient buried cities. Napoli Afragola, designed by the late Zaha Hadid, is known as the Gateway to the South, a high-speed rail station that serves as a bridge over the tracks. Completed in 2017, the 30,000 square meter structure is made of reinforced concrete and glass, shaped into a flowing, serpentine form that mimics the movement of a high-speed train. The engineering required a sophisticated seismic design, as the entire region sits in the shadow of the active Mount Vesuvius. Visually, the station resembles a white sea serpent frozen in the sun-drenched fields of Campania, its glass skin reflecting the heat of the Italian sun. Inside, the sterile white walls and the absence of sharp angles create a sense of being inside a biological organism. There is an unsettling silence in the corridors, where the air feels heavy with the scent of ozone and ancient earth. Locals whisper that the station's deep foundations disturbed something in the volcanic soil. As the trains glide in, the floor vibrates with a low tectonic hum that asks, are we building toward the future? Or are we just constructing a beautiful target for the Earth's inevitable fury? Stay away from the empty platforms at midnight. The machines may be driverless and automated, but they are never truly alone in the dark. The Doha Metro is one of the fastest and most advanced transit systems in the world, consisting of 3 lines: red, green, gold, and 37 stations. Built for the 2022 World Cup, the system uses Grade of Automation 4, GOA 4, meaning the trains operate without any staff on board. The architectural theme, integrated brightness, uses light and space to guide passengers through the subterranean palaces of glass and gold. Yet beneath the high-tech surface, the tunnels descend into the deep silence of the ancient desert floor. The stations look like subterranean cathedrals with golden vaulted ceilings that reflect the light like the dunes of the Sahara. The trains move with surgical, mechanical precision, their white exteriors gleaming in the neon light. However, staff often report hearing digital chimes and whispers in the ventilation shafts when no one is around. There is a spiritual weight to the silence down here. A feeling that the desert's ancient memory is resisting the intrusion of the digital age. Who is riding the ghost trains when the gates are locked? We have built a perfect machine, but perhaps we have invited something else to inhabit its heart. Why does the wind whistling through these steel cables sound like a choir of the lost, weeping for the ships that never returned from the North Sea? The Humber Bridge was once the longest single-span suspension bridge in the world when it opened in 1981, stretching 2,120 meters across the Humber estuary. Because the towers are so far apart, nearly a mile, engineers had to account for the curvature of the Earth. The tops of the towers are 36 millimeters further apart than the bases. The bridge's deck is made of aerodynamic box girders to prevent the structure from twisting in the fierce gales that blow in from the coast. Visually, the bridge is a slender gray ghost in the mist, its cables looking like the fine strands of a spider's web caught against a leaden sky. When the North Sea fog rolls in, the towers disappear, leaving the deck suspended in a white void. There is a mournful, heavy energy here. The local people view it as a silent sentinel guarding the mouth of the river. The low, resonant hum of the cables in the wind sounds like a funeral dirge for the industrial past of the region. As you cross into the fog, you must ask, will you truly reach the other side, or will the mist claim you for the sea? How can a building like this exist? This is the question that haunts the minds of those who descend nearly a mile into the heart of the Black Hills. The Sanford Underground Research Facility is located in the former Home State Gold Mine, plunging 4,150 feet below the surface. This extreme depth provides a natural shield against cosmic radiation, allowing scientists to hunt for the most elusive particles in the universe, dark matter, and neutrinos. The houses of the Ella X Zeppelin experiment, protected by layers of rock and ultra-pure water, create the quietest place on Earth for high-energy physics. The lab appears as a clinical, titanium heart encased in jagged, ancient stone, a sanctuary of science where the air is filtered to a sterile perfection. There is an eerie, sacred silence deep within these caverns, a feeling that you are standing at the very edge of human knowledge. Researchers speak of a cosmic hum, a vibration that isn't heard but felt in the soul. Why are we hiding our most advanced eyes in the darkest pits of the earth? Perhaps the answers to the heavens can only be found when we are completely cut off from the light of the sun. How could we possibly move this fast through the solid roots of the mountains? The Yulhyun Tunnel is the world's fourth longest railway tunnel, stretching a staggering 50.3 kilometers as part of the Suseo High-Speed Railway. Descending 50 meters underground, it was carved through various geological faults, requiring innovative reinforcement techniques to ensure stability for trains traveling at 300 km/h. This concrete tube is the backbone of South Korea's transit efficiency, moving millions across the peninsula in a fraction of the time it takes by road. Visually, the tunnel is an endless gray throat of concrete, lit by a rhythmic flicker of white lights that turns into a continuous blur at high speeds. Inside the train, the silence is unnatural, broken only by the low, tectonic hum of the tracks vibrating through the granite. There is a spiritual coldness in the speed, a feeling that your body is moving faster than your soul can follow. Many passengers report a strange sense of displacement, as if the tunnel is a bridge between two different dimensions. If the train were to stop in the dark heart of the mountain, would the silence consume you? Why did we build a path so long that the mountain itself seems to groan under the intrusion? The Zhongnanshan Tunnel is the longest double-tube road tunnel in the world, stretching 18.02 kilometers through the Qinling Mountains. To prevent driver fatigue in the monotonous darkness, the tunnel is decorated with artificial plants and colored lights that mimic the blue sky and white clouds. Engineered to handle extreme geological pressure, the tunnel saves hours of dangerous travel over the vertical peaks, serving as a critical artery for China's western development. The tunnel appears as a concrete spear piercing the heart of the mountain, its artificial gardens creating a surreal, neon-lit oasis in the dark. Inside, the roar of the engines is amplified into a low, mechanical growl that feels like the mountain is breathing. There is an unsettling tension in the fake daylight sections, a feeling that you are being tricked by the architecture. Travelers often speak of the mountain's grudge, a psychological weight that increases the deeper you go. Have we truly tamed the Qinling Range? Or is the mountain just waiting for the concrete to crack under its eternal weight? How can a building like this exist? Hidden beneath 2,400 meters of solid marble, this is the deepest laboratory in the world. The Jinping Underground Laboratory CJPL is shielded by the massive Jinping Mountains, reducing cosmic ray interference to almost zero. Scientists here are searching for dark matter, the invisible glue of the universe, in a facility where every piece of material must be tested for trace radioactivity. The lab is accessed via a massive road tunnel, leading into a series of cavernous halls that are cleaner than an operating room, buried deep within the crushing weight of the Earth. The lab appears as a sanctuary of polished marble and white light, a sterile bubble of logic in the chaotic heart of the mountain. Down here, the absolute silence is deafening, a holy stillness that makes you feel as though you are at the center of the universe. There is a spiritual aura to the search for the divine particle, a feeling that the mountain is guarding the ultimate secret of creation. Researchers whisper that in the total darkness, you can almost see the invisible. Is this the place where science and God finally meet? Or are we just staring into a void that has no intention of being understood? How far down can the human soul descend before the heat of the earth consumes it? Maponing is the deepest man-made hole on the planet, plunging over 4 kilometers into the South African crust. At these depths, the rock temperature reaches a staggering 60 degrees Celsius, requiring a massive ice slurry cooling system to keep workers alive. The pressure is so immense that the rock can explode without warning, a phenomenon known as a rock burst. The mine looks like a jagged golden ribcage carved into the planet's dark heart, illuminated by the flickering orange glow of miners' lamps. There is a sacred, terrifying weight to the air, a feeling that you are trespassing in a place where light was never meant to exist. Legends tell of the old ones who dwell in the deepest shafts, moving through the stone like shadows. Why do we dig so deep? Perhaps we are looking for something more than just gold. Why does a city built on ancient imperial power choose to move its people through a digital labyrinth hidden in the dark? The Beijing subway is one of the world's busiest and longest transit systems, with over 800 kilometers of tracks and 27 lines. Each station is a high-tech fortress of glass and steel, designed to move 10 million people daily with surgical efficiency. To build this, engineers had to navigate a minefield of ancient foundations and complex geological layers. Visually, the system looks like a glowing neon nervous system, with silver trains pulsing through the tunnels like digital cells. There is a strange, mechanical coldness in the air. A feeling that the machines are watching the humans. Staff whisper about Station Zero, a platform that doesn't appear on any map, where the lights never turn on. Are we building a city of the future? Or are we just constructing a faster way to lose our humanity in the rush? Why would a city bury its deepest secrets 250 feet beneath the feet of unsuspecting citizens? The Dig-Indi tunnel system is a massive underground engineering feat designed to protect the White River and its tributaries from sewage overflow. Stretching over 28 miles and carved through solid limestone bedrock, this 18-foot diameter tunnel acts as a subterranean reservoir. It was constructed using a massive tunnel boring machine named Indi that ground through the earth for years to create a storage capacity of 250 million gallons of raw sewage and rainwater, preventing environmental catastrophe during heavy storms. The tunnel appears as a labyrinthine concrete intestine, a dark and echoing vein pulsing with the hidden waste of a million lives. The walls are cold, damp, and perfectly circular, creating a sense of infinite, claustrophobic repetition. Down here, the silence is heavy, broken only by the rhythmic drip of water that sounds like a ticking clock in the dark. Many wonder why such a monumental effort was hidden from the sun, buried where no human eye was meant to wander. The dim, orange maintenance lights cast long, distorted shadows that seem to dance in the periphery of your vision. Is this system a testament to our cleanliness or a tomb for the things we wish to forget? We build our cathedrals of waste in the dark, hoping the earth will keep our secrets. Established as a beacon of maritime sovereignty, this port stands as a testament to Indonesia's rising influence in global trade. Patimban Port, located in Subang, West Java, is one of the country's national strategic projects, designed to alleviate the crushing congestion of Jakarta's Tanjung Priok. Spanning hundreds of hectares of reclaimed land, the port features a massive car terminal and container berths, capable of handling millions of TEUs annually. Completed through a massive collaboration of Japanese and Indonesian engineering, it utilizes advanced soft soil improvement techniques to ensure the heavy cranes and docks remain stable against the shifting coastal mud. From above, the port looks like a giant clinical chessboard floating on the edge of the Java Sea, its geometric docks cutting sharply into the blue water. The rows of white containers and silver cranes create a scene of industrial perfection, a sharp contrast to the wild, tropical coastline nearby. There is a profound sense of national pride here, an aura of gotong royong, or cooperation, that permeates the salt-crusted air. As the first light of dawn hits the terminal, the structures glow with a golden promise of prosperity. The sea is our life, and the dock is our gate, a local saying goes. Can we master the tides to build our future, or will the ocean eventually reclaim its territory? earth beneath this bridge is screaming to be free, yet we have pinned it down with cold, unyielding steel. The Osmangazi Bridge spans the Gulf of Izmit, serving as the fourth longest suspension bridge in the world. It was engineered to survive the immense pressure of the North Anatolian Fault, one of the most active earthquake zones on the planet. Stretching 2,182 meters, its towers rise 252 meters above the water, providing both flexibility and power against the seismic rage of the earth. It is a vital artery of the Silk Road, but it stands on a foundation of constant danger. Looking from above, the bridge appears as a slender steel giant, a silver thread stitching a fragmented landscape back together. Its elegant cables look like the strings of a cosmic harp, played by the fierce winds of the Marmara Sea. There is a profound stillness when you stand at its center, a feeling of being suspended in a void between heaven and water. The light reflecting off the towers creates a golden halo that many believe represents a spiritual bridge between the past and the future. As you cross this steel behemoth, you must wonder, can a structure made of cold metal truly possess a soul? Or is it just echoing the heartbeat of the millions who traverse its spine? Deep beneath the crushing, freezing darkness of the North Sea lies a silver serpent that fuels the heart of a continent. The Ormen-Lange pipeline is an underwater engineering marvel, stretching 1,200 kilometers from Norway to the United Kingdom. Carved through the jagged subsea ruins of the ancient Storegga Slide, the pipeline descends to depths of 1,100 meters, where the terrain is a chaotic labyrinth of cliffs and mud. Engineers use specialized remote-controlled robots to navigate the freezing abyss, ensuring the steel artery could handle immense hydrostatic pressure. The pipeline appears as a slender, metallic vein pulsing through the dark, oceanic mud, invisible to the sun, but vital to life. There is a profound pride in this hidden giant, named after the legendary Long Serpent ship of the Vikings. Local mariners believe the sea respects those who master its depths. Does the ocean truly allow us to take its treasures, or are we just borrowing time? Why span a canyon older than the memory of man with a structure that is designed to decay? The new River Gorge Bridge, completed in 1977, is a massive steel arch stretching 924 meters across one of the oldest rivers on the planet. Rising 267 meters above the water, its construction used 22,000 tons of COR10 steel, which is engineered to rust naturally to blend in with the surrounding Appalachian forest. For decades, it was the world's longest single-span arch bridge, solving a treacherous mountain crossing that once took 40 minutes of winding travel. Visually, the bridge is an arch of eternity, a rusted orange crescent that looks like it grew naturally out of the jagged canyon walls. It is a thin, elegant line drawn across the sky, appearing stoic and rugged like the people of West Virginia. The light at sunset turns the rusted steel into a glowing rib of fire, reflecting off the ancient water below. There is a sacred, historical weight here. The wind carries the scent of coal and the echoes of a lost industrial age. As you cross the span, you must ask, does the bridge truly connect us, or does it only emphasize the vast, silent distance between our past and our future? The sea is calling for a toll that steel and concrete can never truly pay. The Store Belt Fixed Link is an 18-kilometer engineering masterpiece that conquered the ancient divide of the Danish Great Belt. Its East Bridge boasts a main span of 1,124 meters, with towers rising 254 meters into the Baltic mists. Anchored by massive concrete caissons that were sunk with surgical precision, this bridge transformed Danish geography, replacing a slow ferry journey with a 10-minute flight across the water. It stands as a monument to Scandinavian unity and the unyielding will of human engineering. Visually, the bridge resembles a gargantuan white snake leaping across the waves, its spine curving gracefully toward the horizon. The cables look like delicate spiderwebs caught in the cold northern light, yet they possess the strength to hold thousands of tons against the gales. There is a serene, majestic power in its presence, a feeling that the structure is a modern Bifrost bridge. The locals believe the bridge sits atop the path of ancient Viking spirits. When the mist clears, the white towers gleam with a celestial promise. Are we stronger than the currents that once separated us? Or are we just guests on a path the sea allows us to keep? Beneath the industrial heart of East London, a massive metallic predator is chewing through the clay to create a new artery for the city. The Silvertown Tunnel is a twin-bore road tunnel under the River Thames, designed to relieve the chronic congestion of the Victorian-era Blackwall Tunnel. Using Jill, one of the largest tunnel boring machines ever used in the UK, engineers are carving a 1.4-kilometer path through complex geological layers. This project is a marvel of modern environmental engineering, featuring advanced ventilation systems and dedicated lanes for zero-emission buses to mitigate the city's pollution problems while maintaining the flow of essential trade. The tunnel appears as a dark, circular throat of concrete and steel, a subterranean vein pulsing with the unseen energy of the city above. The interior is a rhythmic sequence of gray segments, lit by a clinical, orange sodium glow that makes everything look like a scene from a dystopian future. Down here, The air is heavy with the smell of wet earth and machinery, a stark contrast to the bustling docks above. There is a sense of buried secrets in the silence of the tunnel, a feeling that we are digging through the discarded layers of London's history. Some say you can hear the ghosts of the old dock workers in the vibrations of the TBM. As the tunnel nears completion, one must wonder, are we digging toward progress, or are we just burying our problems deeper in the mud? Beware the silence of the reef, for beneath the turquoise waves, the pressure is always watching. Aquarius Reef Base is the world's only undersea research station, anchored 19 meters deep in the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary. This yellow, metallic laboratory allows aquanauts to live and work on the ocean floor for weeks, studying the delicate coral ecosystems in a high-pressure environment. The structure looks like a bright, clinical lantern glowing in the dark blue void, surrounded by the shadows of predatory fish. There is a terrifying, claustrophobic aura to the station. The air feels thick, and the thick acrylic windows groan under the weight of the sea. Some researchers speak of the reef's eye, the feeling of being watched by the ancient coral. Don't look at the shadows moving in the dark water beyond the glass. Is this a sanctuary for science, or a beautiful cage waiting for the ocean to reclaim its light? Why bury a road beneath the Baltic waves when the sky is so wide? The Fehmarn Belt Tunnel is set to be the world's longest immersed tunnel, stretching 18 kilometers between Germany and Denmark. Instead of a bridge, engineers are sinking 79 massive concrete segments, each weighing 73,000 tons, into a trench 40 meters deep on the seabed. This €7 billion project is designed to cut travel time from hours to minutes, creating a permanent link that defies the fierce Baltic gales. The tunnel appears as a gargantuan gray spine hidden beneath the silt, a clinical intrusion into the ancient seafloor. There is a profound mechanical coldness in the construction. Many wonder why we dig where the sun never reaches. The low, tectonic hum of the currents against the concrete sounds like a heartbeat in the dark. Why do we seek the silence of the deep to reach the other side? Stop. Do not listen to the echoes in the dark, for the river above is heavy with the secrets of centuries. The Thames Tideway Tunnel, London's super sewer, is a 25-kilometer subterranean masterpiece carved up to 66 meters beneath the historic riverbed. Using massive boring machines named after legendary women, engineers are constructing a concrete artery to intercept millions of tons of raw sewage. The tunnel appears as a gargantuan, echoing throat of gray concrete, a hidden intestine pulsing with the city's discarded life. There is a warning in the damp air. Workers speak of the low hum, a sound that shouldn't exist in a modern pipe. Local legends whisper that the tunnel has disturbed the resting places of those the river claimed long ago. If the lights flicker, do not look behind you. Are we cleaning the river, or are we just building a deeper tomb for London's ghosts? Imagine a path that descends so deep into the sapphire mirror of the sea that the sun becomes a distant memory. The Busan-Gyeonggi Fixed Link is an 8.2-kilometer marvel featuring the world's deepest immersed tunnel, reaching 48 meters below sea level. Built with 18 massive concrete segments, it was designed to withstand typhoons and shifting tides while linking the industrial heart of Busan to Gyeonggi Island. The tunnel looks like a dragon's spine resting on the ocean floor, its gray scales gleaming in the artificial light of the depths. There is a sacred, heavy energy in the silence of the abyss, a feeling of being protected by the sea itself. Koreans view the link as a symbol of resilience and unity, a path where the soul is guided by the rhythm of the waves above. As you emerge into the light, you feel a sense of being reborn from the deep,